Hey everybody, welcome back. So the day has come. I need to fabricate this bracket for my interior Ashwell panel. I have finished up all the power window stuff. Everything's functional, everything works. It's about as good as I'm gonna get it. So let's move on to put the interior back together. So this bracket right here is missing on the other side. If I can zoom in, you'll see it is not there. Somebody made one out of a piece of scrap aluminum, which, you know, you got an A for effort, but come on, it's not that difficult to make the proper bracket. So this bracket is about 3 inches long. It's about 100 thousandths thick. It's got a double 90 in it, or triple 90, 190, 290, yeah, triple 90 in it. No big deal to make. So I got some steel stock that's about the right thickness. I'm gonna cut it and bend it into proper shape. So let's see how I do. So I had this piece of square tubing kicking around the shop. It's about 100 wall, give or take. And I had, for whatever reason, I had skinned a piece off it already, like that. So all I had to do was cut a piece off at 3 inches long. Now I gotta cut this leg off it without taking my fingers off. And that'll be my piece for the bracket. And then I can bend it to the proper position, make sure it's located in the car properly, and then weld it to the body. So stick around. Okay, I cut the L off without taking off a finger or getting any shards in my eye. That's always a victory. So let me deburr this thing and make sure it's flat, tap it to shape, and then I'll start the bending process. Okie doke. So the piece is cut, I deburred it, and I made a mark at about the same distance as this flat plane right here, up to the edge, and there you go. So this first bend is about a 1/4 inch, 5/16 long, and the second bend from the body to the center of the bend is 3/8. So I'll try to duplicate that as faithfully as I can. All right, so here's the bent piece, and it mirrors the old one pretty closely. Put them on top of each other, and there's your front face, there's your first bend, second bend, and then the come on, baby. And then there's the fit to the body. I mean, obviously it's sitting like an inch too tall, but it's gonna be real close. I had to make a mark on it because I made it too long. I don't know how I got that wrong, but I'll just cut that off, deburr it, and then once it's in the car, I'll drill that hole. Let the interior panel dictate where the screw hole goes. I noticed on this panel too, when I was fitting it up, there's no lower hole. And now that these, I call them kidney plates, they're kind of kidney shaped. Now that they're in, there's a bracket that the the Ashwell panel screws to. Well, there's no holes drilled in this one, and I'm gonna bet that this one doesn't have it either, so that'll be fun. But whatever, the hole's probably in the sheet metal somewhere. I just haven't found it yet. So let me cut that thing off, and I will deburr it, round it off, and then I gotta try to figure out where it goes. I guess I could use this side as my guide, but I can also use the panel as my guide. That'll be a little interesting, but I'll figure it out. All right, the panel's back in the car. I made a mark approximately where this bracket has to go. If I sneak it in from the inside, and if I put it in the correct way, it's gonna fit about there. When I push the panel in and I mark it with an awl mark. Awesome. Let's try that again. When you put this thing where it's got to go, put the panel in and put a awl through the hole in the panel, you get a mark right about there. So it's gonna work. There's plenty of meat to catch, even if I'm off a little bit. So I just have to drill some holes in it to plug weld it to the body. Then just paint it blue. Then I gotta figure out where this hole's gonna be. I can't feel one. Had to have had one, but that's a problem for another day. I have to go meet my wife now, so let me button this up. But next time you see it, it should be welded to the body and hopefully painted blue, unless I check it out and paint it black. I mean, the problem with this blue touch-up paint I have for the car is super thin. You know, metal flake paint is very thin, so it's gonna take like 17 coats to make this thing blue. What I might do is cheat. I have some old blue paint I found at my mother's house when I was cleaning out the basement the other day. I think it's from an old Trans Am I had. Any of my friends who remember all my old cars, you know the Trans Am I'm talking about. But hopefully it's similar shade of blue. Well, we'll find out. But anyway, that's a minor problem. You're not going to see this thing once it's back in the car anyway. So there you go. There's the bracket I made. I just got to get it welded to the body and move on from there. But anyway, that's what I'm doing right now. And I hope your projects are going great. And thanks again for watching my silly videos. And I hope that they help you in some way. Teach you something you didn't know, or at very least, if you look at my videos and go, you know, if this guy can do this crap, I can do it too. Sure, whatever I can do to inspire people. If I inspire you through my wonderfulness or through my crappy quality, it's still a victory. So anyway, have a great day. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later. All right, Camaro fans, it's done. I welded the bracket on, touched up the paint, so it matches pretty close. I mean, it's going to be a little darker because A, I brushed it on instead of shooting it, and B, this paint was mixed probably, oh boy, in the 80s, the late 80s. That's when I got rid of my Trans Am. So it was a 73 Trans Am, by the way, 455, 4-speed. Fun car. Back then you could buy them for 600 bucks. So, all right, all I gotta do now is put the interior panel on and then put the ash weld panel on, drill the holes, and that's it. I measured the distance from here to here on the other one, you know, center to center. 6 3/8 is the magic number. So I will maintain that on this side. I will put this thing on, drill the hole, put a screw in it, then I'll measure 6 3/8 down, and hopefully that hole will be right there. If not, I can drill a new hole. I mean, it's not the end of the world. So I gotta tighten this bracket up, and I gotta put a little bit of insulation on here because now, you know, now that the lines are in the car, the panel comes down here, and it's got a little bump right here. You can see it, but right there. It's got a little bump. It's supposed to have a bump right around here. It's not really pronounced, so I will bend it out a little bit to relieve it, give it some room so it doesn't chafe the lines, put some of that protection on the lines, and that'll be that. So let me finish this thing up, and once again, appreciate you watching. I hope I inspired you or showed you something you didn't know, or at least gave you, you know, 10, 15 minutes to watch me and go, wow, this guy's a clown. But at least he's funny sometimes. So hope your projects are going swell, and I will talk to you later. I tell you, I have ended this video 3 times already. Just when I say, oh, I'm done, I say, oh, I'll go a little further, and then I film it again, and I say, oh, I'll go a little further, and I film it again, but this is it. I'm done. The panel's back on. Everything's done. The window functions. It's a little bit snug, but and the battery's probably getting low too, but, you know, everything works, so here we go. We got power windows. The panel's back on. I meant to run some wires through here for speakers. I will. I'll just snake them through. No big deal. I just want to get it all done and on. So there you go. It's back together again. Yay me. So now I just got to do it 3 more times. Oh joy. I mean, this one took longer because I had to drill the holes for those, and I had to make some room for those hoses to go through. So this one probably will take about as long. And then the front one should go together pretty quick. But there we go. The back panel on this side is done. So thanks for tuning in once again. And hopefully I can splice this all together so it's not an incoherent mess. But thanks for tuning in. Hope your project's going great. And I will talk to you later.